Can you hear me okay, guys? Just test. We're gonna cut right to the chase in a few minutes, so as long if I need a thumbs up in the chat, if you can hear me okay, please. I know it's going to be a little delayed on my end, so. But today, well, last night, we've had some kind of controversy within the dirt oval world coming from Mr. Eric Salvas himself, I believe. But it says 18 hours ago, Traxxas has notified that the beginning of this fall, Slash kits will include a new brushless system. We're in the process of obtaining one of these newer kits to begin testing for October 1st rule update. Thank you, BJ. One thing Salvas Mud Boss has been thinking about, evolve rules so experienced racers can move away from the 12T sportsman class and move on to small block or big block. Newer sportsman class would then be mixed with the rookie class and act as one beginner class. This updated sportsman class would still use the 12T XL5 system, slowly phasing out. Along with newer kits that will be coming out, testing will be done to make the rule as close as possible, to have mixing both together. But one thing for sure, experienced racers will actually run this 12T class will soon have to think about other options and leave the sportsman class as one entry-level one class. Up for now, keep on enjoying your summer and have fun doing so. To me, it's kind of vague, but we'll see what happens. I've got a friend of mine who is very well knowledgeable with the inner workings of said class, and we're calling him right now. Good morning, Mr. Loesch. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Can you guys hear Ricky okay? My chat's slow, so, I mean, it takes a while for for people to respond, but I want to know
like your RC cars.
Yeah, kind of like my RC cars, except the ones you build, right?
Yes. We're going to get you an EA this year, hopefully.
Hopefully. One thing for sure, I want to know what your opinion on this and what you've gathered for information.
I found out that they're discontinuing the kit that everybody builds the Mud Boss out of. It's the one that comes with just the radio.
Mm-hmm.
The 12 turn will still come in the kit with a charger and a battery. So what they end up doing is you end up spending $300 to buy a Mud Boss instead of $200.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not feasible for us because we're not going to really use the battery or the charger, but it's a way to buy the car. Other than that, you can probably buy the brushless one, but it's going to come with a battery and motor, or a motor and a speed control that you're not going to use. And that
Right.
will probably won't come at 200. It'll probably be, marked up from the 12 turn car.
Okay. And how do you think that's going to affect guys like George, Shiner, etc., who in Rick Hess, who actually do the motors?
I don't think it's really going to affect them too bad because they're still going to be able to buy the motors, and we're still going to want them.
Right. Oh, good. That's always a bonus. I mean,
I think it's gonna hurt the new people coming into the sport
mm-hmm.
more than anything because now they're buying stuff that they don't need to build the car that they want to run.
Right. It's because I noticed it created quite an uproar in the Mud Boss community on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think Eric was pretty vague with his statement.
He doesn't have all the information yet either. I mean, he talks to Traxxas, as much as I do sometimes.
Right.
He knows a little bit about it, but Traxxas is kind of quiet to themselves.
Right.
They won't promote at races, even though half the tracks that you go to, half the cars are Traxxas.
Right. Exactly. Especially, places like Jerry's track where you get a ton of Mud Bosses, ton of slashes.
Last year we had, 78 Mud Bosses in 12 turn?
Yep.
That's unheard of.
I don't ever see this. What's that?
That was over half the people that showed up that ran the Nationals last year were running 12 turn.
Right. The only thing I see killing this class is money. If it gets too expensive, it's gonna. I just feel it will.
Well, I totally agree with that. I mean, I don't want to go out and have to buy more motors and stuff, but
1 second.
I do love racing.
Yeah. No. All right. Sorry about that, folks. As you were saying, Ricky.
I don't feel like going out and buying new stuff, but I do love racing, and I'm probably not going to stop.
Right. Same. I mean, the only way I would probably say, like I said, money will kill this class if it gets too expensive.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Well, I
It's a
see.
fun little class. I didn't run it until George 5 years ago, and George McCauley, told me just build the 12 turn and run it for me because that's when he was coming for our nationals.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm trying to get my name out there, and I built it. Ended up winning the race. It was the nationals of the first year in 2019.
Right, and yeah, because
people like Eric Salvas and George McCauley and Joe Davis.
Because that's the thing. It's a very competitive class. I don't see them try. I wouldn't want to see them try to destroy it.
No, I mean last year to get in the A last year for the Hoaglunds was only seconds. If you missed by seconds, you were in the D main.
Mm-hmm. That's how tight the competition is. I was just telling somebody about that last night. I found that out my first year running at Hoagland. And it blew my mind. It totally blew my mind.
I've been racing RC cars a long time, and this is like one of the most competitive classes I've ran.
No kidding.
I enjoy it.
Wow. It's amazing.
I mean, I've won 14 nationals, and I like doing the 12 turn.
Oh, I love the 12 turn class.
I can go out and race sprint cars and street stocks and the other faster classes.
Mm-hmm.
But you're only getting a handful of people that are the top of the game. The rest, are trying. I mean, if they come over and ask me for help, I would help them in a heartbeat. I do it to everybody.
Right. I know this about you.
Unless you ask.
Right. I definitely know this about you, man. I see you at the track at Hoagland, and you're you're working, you're tinkering all the time. You're always doing something.
I built 60 sets of shocks last year, and
Oh
I
my
didn't run
God.
60. I just kept building for other people.
Yep. You're one of the tireless ones, that's for sure. Eric Salsa says he's ready for the Hoagland Nationals. So coming all the way out from Ohio.
Yes.
So we'll see you there, Eric.
We got people out there coming out from Michigan, so the Ohio boys better step it up because I'm a Buckeyes fan.
Oh, strong words from Mr. Loesch.
I think I'm going to have to help out the Buckeyes guys.
There you go.
Them Wolverines.
Well, I'm not really much of a college fan, football fan, but that's a whole different ball of beans.
Yes, but it's still the Ohio State, Michigan State.
Yeah, that's quite an intense rivalry, that is. But I appreciate your insight. I've always looked to you. If I had a question, you always either had an answer or gave me a straight enough answer to where, your word is good. So I appreciate that very, very much. And getting to the bottom of this fiasco that's been stirring up the Facebook world.
I say just let it rest and it'll all work out.
There you go. That's quite the attitude to have towards it, because I think, there's a lot of people that feel that this is detrimental, but I don't see it as a detriment quite yet.
And one other thing, if you are coming to the Hoagland National, stop over to my pit. Pick up yourself a Bob Thorpe sticker.
Oh yes, the official Skunk Boss sticker created by Mr. Rick Loesch. We're slapping them on trailers, cars, everything we can. If you want a picture with a skunk hat, feel free to just track me down or find somebody that can track me down, because I'll be bouncing around with a camera. So that's all. It's going to be fun.
So it's July 29th, the Hoagland Nationals.
Yep. Is it the 28th and the 29th? Like the 28th is all 28th open
is
practice?
Practice?
Okay.
Yes, open practice. And then the 29th is the race.
So be there.
I'll be there all weekend. Just look for the pink 3 and come find me if you need some help.
There you go. Look for the pink 3. Gotta love it. Thank you for your time, Ricky. I appreciate it very much. I'll let you get back to work, bud. Thanks again for shedding some light.
All right.
Okay, bud. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you guys at Hoagland.
See you at Hoagland. Well, that actually went better than I thought. It's a very touchy subject right now because it's new. It's fresh in everybody's mind. And it's like, what happens next? The way I feel, it's gonna create a little controversy at first, but once the dust settles, it's all gonna be fine and dandy. It's one of those things that when you don't understand it, you jump to conclusions and all that happy stuff. But how are you guys today? Happy Independence Day. I'm just sitting here in rainy Massachusetts, just twiddling my thumbs. So I figured, why not? Start a live feed, see how it goes, and all that stuff. But I appreciate you guys being here. I don't know how it took less time than I thought, but Ricky never minces his words. You can't hear anything. What can't you hear? I just hung up on Ricky, so you can't hear anything. I didn't mute my mic, man, did I? It says it's registering. The stream isn't stopped. Good God. Did you turn down your volume? But this will be up for replay anyway, so. Let's see. There's nothing going on in the background except for me flapping my gums, so that's all I got to say. Did I blow out my mic? Oh, I see. Let's see. My mic should be working. It's registering on this end. Let's see. You can't hear me. Let me type something in chat. Well, dang it all. Huh. Ain't that let me check my Facebook. Let me check my Facebook. Oh, you got me now. Okay. Good, 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 good. Um, let's see. Let's see if I can get to real time here. Check this out. Because it's going to share my screen no matter what. Well, dang it all. Yep. I can hear myself, so mute that. I don't like to hear myself talk. But we're looking forward to the Hoagland Nationals. Friday, the 28th is all day practice, and the 29th is the actual qualifying and race day. So if you're within shouting distance and you can get to Jobstown, New Jersey, go. I implore you, I beg you, to come to the Nationals. It's a really a great time. Yep, I know you are. You're one of those diehard racers, Eric. Well, hello, Mr. Josh. How are you, buddy? Wow. Oops, I even spelled Salvas wrong. I just noticed that. Slavis. Sorry, Eric, if you're watching. I didn't mean to butcher your last name. But another great guy to check out, RSMPRC. If you haven't already subscribed, the guy has great content. Check him out. He's very good. Good. I'm good, man. I'm good. Just looking for the um, words to say about the latest statements coming out of Salvas Mud Boss. They've had a bit of controversy, and so we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Whole big discussion on it. People are losing their minds. Stuff like this. So we'll we'll find out how it goes. It's all, nowhere but up, man. It's a great class, and I really hate to see it disappear. You know, it's okay, Eric. It's more than okay. You're one of probably the most consistent drivers I've ever watched on video. So, yeah, you're not going to see my face. Trust me, you don't want to see this face. Not this awful mess this time of the day. I'm working on getting better. Oh, drama. Good old drama. But we're not about drama here. We're about promoting the hobby. We're gonna we're here to make the hobby grow. We're not here to stifle it whatsoever. Drama can make the world go around, especially online where you get more drama llamas than anything. But we're not here to talk about that, are we? But you know, it a little drama can be good, but this I feel would, if it's meant to monopolize the class and say we're going to do this and this and this, I think it personally, my personal opinion is it should be at the discretion of the track you run on, just like gear rules, body rules, etc. It's all about the hobby, man. You're right, exactly, my friend. You know, so it's only going to be a matter of time. It's only going to be a matter of time before we're in Jobstown, New Jersey, racing our hearts out at probably one of the best tracks on the Eastern Seaboard. Anyway, you know, we got a lot of good tracks, but I think it's probably the best. It's the best track personally that I've ever run on, and I'm trying to get RSMPRC to head down and do some filming because he would have, him and his buddy, good old Chucky, would have a grand old time. But you know, some people have families and all that stuff, and it's understandable if you can't make it. It's can't take time away from your family to go do what you want to do all the time. That's my personal opinion. But anybody got any races coming up besides Hoagland? Check out RC Madness, Enfield, Connecticut, if you like off road, carpet, turf, crawling, bashing, everything. I mean, it's the place to race. Then we got RC Excitement in Fitchburg, which is one of my local tracks. They've got the indoor off road, dirt oval, crawling, and they're dipping their hands into quite a few adventures themselves. So we're here to make the hobby grow. Don't forget to support your local hobby shops. If you have to buy on Amazon because you can't get to a hobby shop, you got to do that too. That's all part of the game. So, I mean, I came here with a set goal in mind. It was going to be short, sweet, and right to the point. But if there's any questions, comments, even snide remarks, I'm all about it. I'm an open book. So, in closing, like I said, I'm going to read this statement one more time. I just think it's kind of vague, but it's brand new. Oh, good. I'm glad you are, Eric. I'm glad you are. It says, this is from Salvas himself about 19 hours ago. It says, Traxxas is notified that beginning this fall, Slash kits will include a new brushless system. We're in the process of obtaining one of these newer kits to begin testing for October 1st rule update. One thing Salvas Mud Boss has been thinking about is evolve the rules so experienced racers can move away from this Sportsman 12T class, move on to a small block, which probably will be like a 17.5 ESC combination brushless system. I've never seen anybody run it yet because it's still all 12T in the XL5 system, brushed system. And I think it could be very competitive. I don't find this an entry-level class whatsoever. It's a stepping in kind of class where you basically get your feet wet. But, that's why you have your rookie, novice kind of running together, I think, personally, where you would gain experience, then move it up to like 12T sportsman, or like what we call, some people call it sportsman. We call it up here, we call it the small block class. It's not a 17.5, it's the XL5 and the brushed Titan 12T. So it's different because when I first started, there was no rookie class, there was no novice class. You had to jump right in the fire with the big dogs. And that was pretty tough. I will admit that was pretty tough because we up here, we do have our share of good racers that will beat you hands down and just leave you in the dust. But, it all comes with experience and practice, practice, practice. The only way to get better is to practice. And you're not going to get any better if you're just saying, well, I don't feel like going to the track today, so I'm just going to sit home and play Fortnite or whatever. Nothing wrong with gaming. I'm not dissing gaming because I'm a gamer myself. It's a great hobby. It's a great, great hobby. It's family. It's stuff to do to get outside and go have fun with your friends, your family. My buddy Josh here from RSMPRC, he just put out a video of him and two other buddies just going around bashing and having fun. And the smiles are worth 1,000 words, plus probably even more than 1,000. I've been in the hobby personally myself since 1988, and I took a 20-year layoff, And the first thing I did when I decided to get back into this again, that's right, man. You got that right. You know, we've got a common purpose, Eric. So, I'm one of these kind of guys. Oh, shiny, look. I get distracted. We're wicked easy. But when I decided to get back into this 5 years ago, it was the best decision I ever made. And to have that, it's a pretty special thing. It's a pretty special place. You make friendships and you bond with other racers. You know, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like zipping around a track. If you don't, want to get hurt, real big car racing, this is the hobby for you. Because the only thing that hurts after a while is your wallet, right, Eric? But no, seriously, it's a blast. I always say it's the most fun you can have with your pants on. Seriously. It's evolved. I've seen the evolution of this racing because I started out running on a polyurethane floor in a local roller skating rink. Graduated to outdoor, very loose dirt before there was high bite clay ever being thought of. And we called off-road racing stadium racing. It was so much fun, so much fun. But, the cars then couldn't compete with the cars today by, obviously, for obvious reasons. And I'm just glad I've been through a lot of years watching RC grow and have its ups and downs. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm making the wave hand, but it's one of those things that you never get really out of your system. You could stop. I've seen instances where in chats where I see guys say, "Hey, I just got back into the hobby after a 30-year hiatus, and this is the most fun I've ever had." I can say the same thing myself. This is the most fun I ever had. Because before, when I was in my 20s, I was very competitive with one of my best friends in the whole world, and he was a damn good racer. He still is. I'm talking about Clayton, Josh. I'm talking about Clayton. And, he went on to become a really good RC race driver. Racing down south at places like King Super Speedway, which is, a concrete oval. And I was always in competition with him because I wanted to beat him so bad, and I would let myself down. It's good to have competition, but healthy competition. Your buddy wins, you pat him on the back saying, "Good race." There's always the following week. Look forward to one race at a time. One race at a time. If you don't do well, try it next week. Keep going. Keep digging. And as our buddy Chuck says, rubbin's racing. Things like that are gonna happen. Obviously, things are gonna happen where you don't do well. Just have fun. Fun being the key word. Fun. F-U-N. You can always have fun. But on that note, I was going to go for about a half hour or so, but I really want to thank Rick for being here. I've known him for going on, this will be my 4th year. And the world needs more guys like Rick that live and breathe the hobby. He'll be hard on you, but he won't hesitate to drop what he's doing to help you out. I can see the same thing in Eric. I definitely know that with Josh. BJ, always good to see you. Integrity, always good to see you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. But, yeah, happy Independence Day again. I'm going to catch you guys later. I'll try to do more lives. I just got to get to a track to where I can film. I've been busy with real life matters, get my license back, get in a car so I can travel and give you some great content. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you so wish. I'm not pushing myself on anyone. I appreciate you guys more than you know. You guys have always been there for me. I appreciate every single bit of it. All right. I'll catch you on the flipper. Eric, we'll see you at the Summer Nationals very soon.